Okay, let's do a Friday afternoon unboxing, and judging by the way this is rattling, I have an idea I'm not going to be happy with the results. This is a Silvertone radio record player combo, and it only took the seller like a week and a half to get it shipped from the time I bought it. So let's open it and see how lousy this thing's packed. Look at this, no packing material at all. Well, he definitely won't be getting a 5-star rating, I can tell you that. Oh wait, there was a slight bit of packing material in the box. I'm sorry. You know, I really am getting fed up with this kind of crap. You'd think people would have better sense. I've been determined about 80% of eBay sellers don't care about anything but getting your money. Just throw it in a box, and if it gets torn up in shipping, oh well, let the insurance pay for it. Well, guess what? Insurance won't pay when it's packed lousy like this. Almost afraid to open this thing up. Okay, let's open this. Well, 45 adapter is somewhere. Here's the 45 adapter that came loose. And what's this here? Here's the, looks like the clip that held the turntable platter on has come loose. Whoop, what's this? Here's something else. Here's a little washer that went somewhere. Well, let's see about the tone arm. Obviously they didn't tie it down, and it's broken. Whether it can be fixed or not is anybody's guess. But yeah, this guy won't be getting positive feedback, let alone a 5-star rating. Okay, I just left that guy some glowing neutral feedback along with some not so high DSR ratings. And in today's world, I don't think a seller can leave a buyer anything less than positive feedback, so I should be okay in that department as far as any retaliation goes. However, if I'm incorrect on that, then so be it. You know, I'm tired of being nice. These eBay sellers that are so careless that all they care about doing is getting your money, and then just throwing something in a box and letting the chips fall where they may. I'm tired of it. You know, I realize most eBay sellers are not into the field of collecting vintage electronics, but you know, if you're going to sell on eBay, at least use a little common sense. You know, would you ship grandmother's china across the country with no packing in the box? Well, I don't know, you might. But anyway, enough of my ranting about that. You get where I'm coming from here. Let's get this thing inside and run some tests on it and see how bad the damage really is. Alright, what the heck, let's just plug it up directly and see what happens. Now the phonograph turns. Obviously the rubber drive wheel has a big dent in it, which I doubt that was caused by shipping. Yeah, we have bad filter hum. Switch it to radio and see if we get anything. Well, actually I can detect some stations. Okay, let's open this thing up. Okay, here's the chassis. It's just a 5-tube chassis made by Warwick, and I know that from the 528 chassis prefix. Here's our filter capacitor that's causing the hum, and we'll go ahead and replace that now. And we've replaced our electrolytic filter capacitors. We mounted them on terminal strips. If you hadn't figured it out, I love terminal strips. Better than having wires dangling with electrical tape on them. Okay, here we are with the capacitors replaced, and we still have some hum, but that's not power supply filter hum, because if it was, it would hum with the volume all the way down. But we are getting some reception. Sound too bad on this one station here. When Jesus went down. Okay, I have the chassis completely removed from the cabinet, make it a little easier to get to, and I'm going to replace these old wax paper capacitors. I'm sure they'll all test bad anyway, and our performance may improve, but you know, we'll probably have to do some other work to this too. You know, so many people think that all you have to do is replace the capacitors in these sets and they'll work 100%. Well, yeah, I agree that the capacitors need to be replaced, but 99.9% of the time there's more work that has to be done. Okay, that takes care of all of the capacitors, including the safety capacitor across the AC power line. Now let's analyze what we removed. Here's the AC line bypass capacitor, and even at 20 volts it's leaking pretty badly. And of course it's just going to get worse as I raise the voltage. Yeah. Cap number 2 leaking profusely. Cap number 3, not as bad as the others, but still leaking. Cap number 4, yeah, that's not too good, is it? And for those who have not seen my previous videos, when the light flashes or glows, then that means the capacitor is leaky. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And you want to take a wild guess as to how number 8 is likely to test? Let's see. Well, cap number 8 may be the best one in the bunch. Although you can see it's leaking a little bit at 200 volts. But yeah, as far as I'm concerned, all of these capacitors are garbage. And here it is after all the capacitors have been replaced. It's a lot better, and we don't have that hum that we had before.
I couldn't hide from the rain. I thought that I'd be trapped by my pain, and I prayed.
All your gospel favorites. Good Time Gospel Radio, 1390 AM and 93.1 FM.
That's the way it looks over the east, but boy, you talk about parity in the first
and that's pretty much it. Yeah. There's the Wheat Gospel Station. It's about 40 miles away, so yeah, new capacitors helped a great deal, didn't they? Okay, well, unless this thing develops silver migration disease in the IF transformers, I'm going to call the radio fixed.
There is nothing like being prepared for any.
get screwed up.
And Brett Purnell.
Okay, that'll about do it for part one. We have the radio working relatively well, and in a future video we will repair the turntable. But before we go, let's flip it to phono mode and see if this cartridge has any output at all. I won't be surprised if it doesn't, seeing as how it was tone arm was flipping and flopping around. Well, yep, this cartridge actually appears to be strong. This is an oddball cartridge. It's sort of proprietary for this type of tone arm. And normally I would like to replace the cartridge with something that's stereo compatible, but I don't know if that will be feasible in this case, so I may just have to get a stylus for the one that's already in here since it's good. And another thing to take note of is this originally used a 2mm stylus. That's a compromise needle that's supposed to play 78s as well as microgroove records. And I would really like to be able to play 78s on this, so I'll probably just go ahead and install another 2mm stylus if I can get one. And I'll just use this to play 78s and more beat up 45s and LPs. Okay, there you go. That's about it.
Sources, natural gas lowers.
Thanks for watching, and more to come later.
That Atmos Energy makes your life better. Atmos Energy, your natural gas company.
Okay, before we go, I'll show you the drive mechanism of this turntable. It actually uses two wheels. This is your main wheel, and then whenever you select the various speeds, it positions the secondary wheel to the appropriate notch on this wheel here. It's kind of an unusual arrangement. And this primary wheel has a major dent in it, so that's going to have to be rebuilt. But other than that, I really don't see too much out of the way of just ordinary cleaning and lubrication that will have to be done to this. Okay, that's it. I'm done until we start working on the phonograph.